loading snacks. And what it do, snackers, snackettes, snack X's? It's your boy Gage. Sin is in the building. Say hi to the people.
What's happening? We
Jokes
here. Let's
is
do it.
in the building. Say hi
Yo,
to
yo.
Jokes. And you are now tuned into Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, we're going to add the chat.
Hey.
What up, J. Robert Deans, how are you?
My man's like, you know why I'm here.
Hey, listen, BSP, I do know why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it. You just jump in the joint.
just
Dissertation,
fired,
bro. We can't,
just fired off
we can't talk
questions.
about nothing.
Yeah, my man fired it off.
My man just came in. All right, let's just address it. I don't know. Let's just address it. Cuddy said, these subscription wars is taking casualties. Wifey Show SEAL Team this week got pulled from CBS and only on Paramount Plus now. Also crazy how she watches more military-related shows than I do. No, it's not, because you have to live it and she gets to watch it. That's
right.
That's what
you know.
is.
Right.
But
Way
I
into your
mean,
world.
bro. Yes, streaming wars are ridiculous. Don't expect it to change anytime soon. That's a real thing. Joke says, what game would you play for 24 hours straight? Apparently, you're being asked because you ducked out on the question.
It wasn't a duck out, but Sin pretty much hit the nail on the head with it. It would be Destiny.
I mean, actually, I said that, but okay.
He said it first. I was like, yeah, that would be what it would be.
Yeah, well, I guess back it up. But yeah, I would literally sit and play Destiny all day. Like, literally just the raids alone. Like, literally, if I got a squad and it was able to just go and do the raids by themselves would take up so much time that literally can fill that 24-hour void like it's nothing.
That's very true.
I mean, I understand. I do. I really do. I understand. I get that. I get that. J. Robert Dean said you play chess. That's not. I don't know if that's because you're older, just because you prefer a different kind of thinking person's game. But
yeah,
you know,
and
chess.
Some of them matches.
Are you playing yourself, J. Robert Deans, or like, are you forcing somebody else to play chess with you because you're old, whether they want to play or not? Like, that's, that's the question. You're right, Cuddy. Y'all family. Y'all live the military thing together. That is a very true thing.
Family.
But your deployment, it's different. It's two different perspectives, I would say. J. Robert Deans, I certainly hope you feel better. 5 days, 6
Definitely.
possibly of a migraine is pretty nasty, man. So I'm gonna assume nothing you're taking is working. I'm gonna make a suggestion. Old technique. Trust me, it works. Just lights low. And wherever the pain is, whatever side of your head the pain is on, massage the space in between your thumb and your pointer on the opposite hand. And you'd be surprised. It goes away. Jimmy!
Put a cold compress on your head, too. That works
cold
wonders.
compress would definitely work. I mean, listen, real talk. Sin is an expert and has specific medication for his migraines. So realistically, he is somebody you should talk to. He has been dealing with it.
I don't have that anymore, but I know how to get through them for me.
The better part of 2 decades at least.
Yeah.
You will play the AI for Kidlet will play against you sometimes. Does she beat you though? Is what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cuddy says he can't miss UFC on Saturday, but guarantee he'll be up late and help the team out when the sun comes up. So my man, that's that extra life talking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. We appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it.
Man said Tylenol PM does magic. I'm glad that's working for you. I can't take Tylenol. Actually gives me a headache, so I won't take Tylenol for a headache. I will take Advil, Excedrin, or Motrin, but Tylenol just doesn't work for me. So now that we're getting everybody well, and we've already jumped the gun and started talking streaming services and so forth, here's what we have on the docket today. I'm not even going to tell you everything. I'm just going to start showing you things because we're already into the middle of stuff. So why not just jump into it, right?
Let's go.
Jokes. Tomb Raider is almost as old as you, dog.
Hey.
I love the little pixel art images.
I love the pixel art images too. Tomb Raider is turning 25, y'all, and I want to just take a moment to dig into the history briefly. Like, listen, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, but Sin, what are your thoughts on Tomb Raider as a franchise, as a 25-year-old franchise?
I think it started off strong. Might have had some hiccups in the middle.
Might have
in the middle, but I love the resurgence with the last trilogy. I thought the last trilogy still got to beat the last one, but I really enjoyed the last ones. I like what they did with them. Try to bring the character out to a newer audience. You know, how they had to redo the design, tone down some of the super big breastlessness and all that type of stuff, like make her look way more realistic.
Yes.
You know,
spell that.
I don't spell that.
The Book of Sin.
You know what? With some donations for Extra Life, I'll spell that out. So, but no, I think it's solid. It's solid. I like where it's going, and I want to see where it's going to be. Where it's going to go next after 25 years.
Ask him again, Ellis. Oh man, what up, KB? Yeah, Cuddy, Two Guns, Laura. Yeah, the farting butler. Real talk. You ever lock the butler in the freezer? And I think it was in the second Tomb Raider, you could walk around the house like beforehand. You could walk around the mansion.
Yeah,
you could lock the butler in the freezer. It's terrible. It's like
I don't think I ever did that.
Playing The Sims and making a pool and then taking the ladder out of the pool in the old Sims. Now they can get out, but in the old Sims, that was a sure way to kill them quick. J. Robert Dean said in the event of a water level, Lara could be used as a flotation device. That is not. See, that's the kind of thing. That's why they had to fix that. J. Robert Dean.
Because of J. Robert Dean.
Right.
Fun fact, Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy. We know, Jimmy.
It's the thumbs up for me, dog. Hey, Jimmy. I'm going to take your word for it. I'm pretty sure there are actually plenty of parodies of almost every franchise worth it. If you, I would dare you to Google Cortana porn and not be on safe search, buddy. You gonna find some things, bro. I'm positive. Jokes. As the youngling, what is your history? Did you ever play the first Tomb Raider?
Yes, I did. I did not play it in order though. So my first introduction to Tomb Raider was actually Tomb Raider 3. Okay. I had, as a matter of fact, it was part of a demo disc. I actually remember. It was part of a demo disc. Started playing it, and you know what? I liked it.
One of those like PlayStation
magazine.
Yeah.
Man, we used to rough them joints out the magazine.
Out of the giant.
I worked there and I be roughing them joints.
Right out the magazines, bro.
But played the demo of it. I loved it. I ended up getting 3, but I ended up going back and getting 1 and 2. At that point, 1, obviously it was a few years into, was a little harder to come by, but eventually Funko Land, I think it was Funko Land at that point, came through and managed to get 1. So then at that point, I played 1, played 2, played 3 up to it. It was a little, at that point in time, that was where like my, I guess that gaming intellect really started to kick in, because it was really thinking about certain things that you had to do to beat a level or whatnot ever for it. But definitely from there, I kind of just moved along with the franchise the whole way through. When it came from the game, we got the movies, of course, then we got the revamps of the games to bring back. So I've been, I would say, almost at the very beginning of when Tomb Raider came out. But I've enjoyed.
I think that you have it in the comments right now, Joe. No.
Beast Wars. Hey, you try. I love Beast Wars. You already know this.
Wow, Ellis.
No, he doesn't. He has one. We both have Zunes.
Unfortunately, Heather, I certainly can appreciate that. She loves Laura Croft, but but was super irritated that she wasn't, marketed towards her. You know what? I can appreciate that. I feel like the industry, especially at the time when Lara Croft was introduced, Tomb Raider was introduced, everything at the time was still heavily geared and marketed towards men, towards the male perspective, unless it was like, and it's crazy to think that like they were pushing marketing stuff towards young girls. So there'd be like Barbie horse adventures, and like there was Bratz games, and all that kind of stuff, pets, and all kinds of stuff like that for Game Boys and on PC and stuff like that. But if you market it towards them as children, don't you think you have to market to them like when they're older too, to hold on to them? We don't really talk Beast Wars creative. You know what I mean? Just like we don't really. We'll wait until the first trailer comes out for the next movie, and then we'll really get into that.
And then y'all gonna put some respect on Beast Wars.
Woo!
I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll see.
I'm not even gonna bother kicking you out this time. Ella said you got your Zune off eBay.
Nah,
Heather, I love the concept of Lara Croft, but even before my daughter was born, how they marketed and wrote the character, the male fantasy centrism drove me nuts. I gave up at the rape reboot. So I'm gonna tell you something. The reboot, there was a whole lot of controversy about that reboot.
Thank you, Bert.
But what I will say is that stop it. You know what, man? I'm gonna put y'all on a team together somewhere, man.
Oh, that's dope.
I think that the reboots were actually really good. The reality of it is that the kind of negative press that the reboot received about those scenes in particular are the kinds of things that only existed because it was a game. If it had been a movie, nobody would have batted an eye at it. It just, you know what I mean? And I understand that games are different from movies. They are an entertainment medium. And the fact that you are playing and you have some control over what the characters do does make gaming different. But that's a cutscene. You don't have any control over that. So, yeah. There it is. Full disclosure jokes. J. Robert Dean's friend writes a Beast Wars comic. So why don't you get up in there, man? Send J. Robert a message and see if you can't set up an interview so y'all can talk, because I don't want no parts of it.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna spend a super deep amount of time on it. I just think that for the franchise itself to be 25 years old, to have started where it did and come as far as it has, I mean, I remember being super impressed with just like the physics and the motion and the tracking that her arms did when she would use two guns and would track enemies around the room was something that just wasn't happening in video games. Her ability to like grab onto a ledge and pull up and do a handstand on the end of it before flipping herself over was something that just didn't happen in video games. The polygon count at the time and what it looked like. I mean, now it's so the trash. But at the time, it was incredible. The spatial sound that they were using on the PlayStation, it was incredible at the time that it came out, and for it to have come as far and to actually have lasted. There have been many, many franchises since then that have already bit the dust. So, it is what it is.
He just swiped your whole line. Came in late. Swiped the whole line.
I'm okay with that because he missed it. So like he has to relive it somehow. You know what I mean? He missed it. He got to relive it somehow. Keeping it on video game. I want to I want to say I still haven't had a chance to play this new Guardians of the Galaxy game, but I'm hearing a lot of people talk about this game being a game of the year contender, and so now I'm like really, really looking at it. But on the heels of that, I want to talk about what's been happening with Avengers, because I think that the great press that Guardians of the Galaxy is getting as a Marvel game that is also a Square Enix title is shining a lot more negative light on the Avengers game, which is also a Square Enix title. So I'm glad you like it, Ellis. I don't even. I will take your word for it. I don't have to take your word for it because everybody else is saying it too. So I'm just gonna grab it and play it. But the fact that now, so let me kind of fill you in on what the controversy is. So when Avengers came out, I know this is also one of Ellis's favorite games. Is Avengers. Just big PS5 waiting for that Spider-Man. One of the things that they promised was that all DLC would be free, which basically has been the case, and that they would never do anything that was pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
That all of what you could purchase for the game that was additional downloadable content would all be cosmetic.
Right.
There wouldn't be anything that had anything else that they wouldn't do anything else like that. Then what they did about, I'm going to say 5 or 6 months ago, they decided to change the way you progress in the game. So they basically cut the amount of experience you could get while you were playing the game because they said people were progressing through the game too quickly. And then they introduced the ability to purchase XP bonuses that you could have a certain amount of time, and so you could buy like this XP bonus that would last for 3 days or whatever it is, and while you have that bonus, you would earn additional XP. So, one, you said you were never going to put anything other than cosmetics, and now you have something in that people can buy that's not cosmetics. And two, you artificially lowered the XP and then put something in that people had to buy and pay money for in order to get
Just
that
bring
XP
it back to that.
Really just put back to where you were when people originally bought the game. And so today, Avengers responded with this. So we apologize for not responding sooner to your concerns about the addition of paid consumables in the marketplace. We introduced them as an option for an evolving player base and did not see them as pay to win since they don't offer power directly. After considering your feedback, we have decided that by the end of today, we will remove Heroes Catalysts and Fragment extractors for purchase. They will continue to be earnable rewards, and those already owned are still usable. We hope that this can be the first step in rebuilding your confidence in us as a team. It continues to be our goal to make the very best game possible. Thank you for being a part of the Marvel's Avengers community. So, here's what I want to know. Sin, is this too little too late?
I'm going to say nah.
Okay.
I don't think it's too little too late. At least they came out and addressed it, said, we listen to the community. We're going to pull them off. If you got them, keep them. They'll be earnable rewards. So I don't think it's too little too late.
Okay. What about you, Jokes? How you feel about it?
I'm a little bit on the opposite side of that, just because of the fact, from the Jump Street, they say you will not have to pay to do anything for it. And I will tell you, with gamers, when you do something wrong, it's going to leave that super sour taste in the gamer's mouth, and it is very, very difficult to come back and overturn that. So I'm not going to lie. Like, it's, as a person that, like, for me, like, I haven't played Avengers in a good while. I played a little bit of the Black Panther DLC. I haven't finished it yet, but like, I don't have that drive to go back and just try to level up every single character. So had they had not said that message, like, I think it would have been okay to a certain point where you could buy certain XP boosters, especially for people that don't play games that much. But then you have to go into certain areas where you have to be at a certain level to just get in. Like, I understand that, but when you make a promise, and said promise, you were like, you were going to stand by this, and that was going to be the thing, and then you just do the full 180. So maybe Guardians, of course, will take a little bit of shine, like a little bit of that light off of that because of the amazing things that I'm hearing about it. But at the end of the day, I'm sure there is a fan base that loves the Avengers game, and you're still going to hear it.
Absolutely,
you're still going to hear it.
Well, Ellis says it's not too late because he's gonna spend that money tonight. He's gonna buy everything tonight, and that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
You go and see.
Look,
I'm good. I don't need that handicap.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. BSP said I didn't even know they were still supporting it. The folks complaining. Ellis said the folks complaining got PS4s and old Xbox, get next gen money and buy that DLC. The pussy to have the Avengers folks alone. Hey, listen, man. Hey, Ellis. Hey, listen, man. It ain't even. I don't know if you didn't spend like $1,000 on your PlayStation, did you? I don't think you did. You got yours like at the regular
Retail.
price. You didn't get yours from a scalper, did you? Um. Yeah, man. My personal opinion on this is we've seen that with gaming communities, it is almost never too late. It's almost never too late. Um, I think that there are a lot of people who are going to be introduced or reintroduced to this game. Unless there's a problem,
No
yes.
problem. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And I feel like one again, you have all these new people who jumped in on Game Pass, which is great. It's been doing great for them there. I'm pretty sure that we'll see a major price drop in the next month, Black Friday, holiday, so forth.
New Year's
Anyway,
sales, yeah.
so it wouldn't surprise me if we, if you market this the right way with the new Hawkeye show coming out, that's doing well. You have this Hawkeye DLC that's a part of the game. If they market it the right way, they can get a bunch of new people in. And because something like this is gone, maybe it won't be a factor.
Nah, he got
Or
it in
matter
the
as much.
price.
Yep, my man. Ghost in Cyberpunk 2070. Yeah, they done with that. They said, listen, y'all ain't getting no more updates this year. We're
Nah,
done
you
for
ain't
this
getting
year.
none. We're done. It's
Shut it
over. It's
down.
a wrap.
2077, that's a wrap. We'll see y'all next year. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too late. I do think that it's sad that it ever happened in the first place.
Yeah.
But realistically, it didn't last super long. And I think most people will probably forget about it until the next thing happens, right? And it may not even be them. It could be some other company that does something very similar to this, and somebody will bring up, oh, remember when Square Enix did the thing with it, and you know what I mean? And then, it'll get dragged through the mud again. But I don't necessarily think it's too late. I think sometime between now and, if they're smart, January, the Spider-Man DLC will drop for PlayStation, because with the new Spider-Man movie coming out, that would just make sense timing-wise. If they're smart, they'll do that. But again, once that happens, I think people will be, right back in.
They will.
Book, what's up, Book? As someone who has everything maxed in the game, I think it's more blown out of proportion from people who do not play the game. They're just beating a dead horse. I'm more upset no Spider-Man for Xbox. Booker, it's the boys. You know what? Here's the thing, Book. I mean, I think, okay, two things. One, I did not enjoy this game enough to max everybody out. Two, I didn't see the point in maxing everybody out, which, again, that was part of what their problem was. They were saying that, we want you to play it and experience it this way and do this thing. Here's why the game is broken. The game is broken because all of the additional loot you get, you don't see it. If you could see when you upgrade your characters, when you change their armor, their outfit, when you change those things, if you could see it, it would matter to people. It doesn't feel like anything's happening. You tell somebody that you're changing something by like 1/5%, and they're just like, eh. You know what I mean?
Did. I maxed out Black Widow.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's I maxed out Miss Marvel.
Yeah. So I maxed out Thor. That's it.
She was the only one worth it for me. Like, it just wasn't worth it. There was no good reason to go back and play with other characters, right? You couldn't, if somebody else at the time, now they've fixed it again. At the time, you couldn't play with the same characters. So, like, if I'm really enjoying playing with this one character and I want to max them out, but somebody else wants to use them, or if I want to switch to another character because I have maxed somebody out and it's Captain America, and since running with Captain America, you can't.
Yeah, that's disrespectful, Ellis.
No,
I'm sorry.
No.
Black Widow was savage.
No. No.
I mean, here's the thing. Ellis not maxing out Black Widow doesn't matter because he's getting ready to pay to max her out.
Yeah.
He got the money, so it don't matter. You know what I mean? That's like him asking you paid to max out. You maxed out anybody? Because I didn't do it. I just gonna pay for it. I just wait for them to put it. I just pay for it. I got the money. I pay for it. That's where Ellis is. Look, realistically, I hope that this puts them in a better light and they can focus on just making the game itself good and monetizing it, continuing to monetize it in cool ways. To me, if they were smart, Put bundles together and let people just buy the bundles they want. Stop
Mhm.
making it so that the marketplace only shows you certain things you can buy at certain
Right.
times. Like, to me, that's the stupidest thing. You have all this stuff to sell, put it up for people to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I jump in the game like I haven't played in a while. Look, oh, they got all these cool outfits or whatever. I'll check that out. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I come back a week later and the outfit I wanted to buy isn't available for me to buy anymore. So you don't want my money? I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, you wanted my money last week for the cool
But
thing
you
you showed
don't-
me. Why
you
wouldn't
don't
you
want
just show me everything and let me buy it? Like, it's the dumbest thing. Like, they really should. If they fix the store, I'm telling you the money will pour in. Because it'll be available for people to get when they're ready, instead of trying to tease people like, oh, you better get it now because it might not be there next week. And then when you put it in there, now it's not available in a bundle. But last week is available in a bundle where you get all the matching outfits for all the characters at one time. Like, it's the dumbest thing. It's just dumb. So I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Why are you paying to max out Black Panther, Ellis, instead of just playing to max out Black Panther, since you like the game so much? See, that's what I don't understand. Like, I get the whole, it doesn't even matter about the poor and the money or whatever. Like, I legitimately want to understand why, if you like the game as much as you claim you do, you haven't played it enough to max out Black Panther. Because that is inherently what's broken with the game. Book said, yeah, it really take no time. 4 to 5 hours at the most. Don't need to spend money. Yeah, but wasn't that at the beginning when the game first came out, Book? Because it's not like that
It's
anymore.
like being a jerk.
It's not like that at all anymore.
Nah,
because they
no.
stopped allowing you to get as much. They cut.
I finished maxing out Claire or whatever her name is. I can't think of her name. The other Hawkeye.
Wow.
The other Hawkeye.
yeah.
The other Hawkeye.
Yeah, Resident Evil on the brain. KB said, I barely played this game. It couldn't hook me. They definitely got to do something. Here's what I'll tell you. The single player story was dope. Like, I actually really liked it.
That was clean.
The game did not do a good job of giving you reasons to get back into the game. You know what I mean? To continuously play with other people and to go back and build those characters. Like, it was super repetitive and kind of got super dumb. So I know that, Ellis. I know you like being a jerk. I know you don't think that. I just really do want to know why you haven't played it enough to actually. I thought you really did like the game like a lot, and I just really want to know why you didn't.
Got that next gen money, but you can't put in that last gen effort.
Right. Wow. Book said it still is. He maxed Black Panther the first day in like 5 hours. Listen, man, you're a genius. So I don't know. And some of us, like, I still have to go to work. Joke still has to go to work. Sin at home. So Sin might be able to max out a dude, you know what I'm saying, all day. You know what I'm saying? Sit there and max somebody out. But, like, I got to leave. Like, I have to leave. Like, I can't just sit in front of the joint all day and play. Like, there are a lot of people now, especially with the way things happen over the last 2 years, that are home and have the time to do that. But not everybody does. And I can understand that, because not everybody does. It might seem like a good idea. Let's put something out there that would allow people who only have an hour a day or a couple hours a day to put into the game to be able to progress through the game and feel like they're actually doing something. But when you're forcing people to do that in a way that they have to pay it, and again, it only feels that way because you reduce the amount of XP people could get. If they hadn't done that and then they introduced this, nobody would be complaining. They'd just be like, all right, because Rainbow Six has boosters. You know what I'm saying? Like, Assassin's Creed has boosters. Like, most Ubisoft games have XP boosters. Like, they just do. It's the way they went about doing it after saying we won't do it.
Won't do it, right.
Like, it would be bad enough if you said we'll never do that, and then you turn around and you do it. It's worse when you say we'll never do that, and then you reduce the amount of XP you can get, and then you do it. Yeah. Like, that's way worse. So, like, Claire, the other Hawkeye. I love that, KB. Somebody caption that. You know what I'm saying? I want to put that on shirts.
Claire,
I want to put that on shirts. Ellis said I maxed out Cap, Thor, Hulk. You maxed out Black Panther on day one. Yeah, see? Book, you're right. It's repetitive.
I think I got everybody maxed out
all
except
grindy.
for
Real talk. If your Destiny play is super grindy, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
And even Destiny, they never said they weren't going to do it. But then when they gave you the ability where obviously some folks don't want to run through all three characters, they at least gave you the ability to, purchase up to a certain level, and then you can start grinding. At least to bring you up to the place that you can jump into the new content and do it. Because if you had to grind from having literally no light to like level 1300.
Oh
Granted,
my gosh, yeah, you would never catch up without spending
you would
for
take
boosters.
forever to do. So at least to boost you to a point where it's like, hey, we're gonna get you in at this low base level that's just enough so you can get in, play whatever the additional content in, and then as you start doing some of the higher level events and tiers, you're gonna start gaining that extra gear. At least Destiny didn't say that we're never gonna do that.
We'll talk. We'll see how it turns out. Curveball. Hey, Jokes.
Yo.
Don't say Beast Wars. What is something listen you love and understand why other people don't love it or like it, or why people hate it? Like, what's something you just know you love it, other people don't, but you know and you understand why? Sin. The opposite. What's something you absolutely hate that everybody else seems to love, and like you know why other people like it, but it just doesn't work for you?
Horror movies.
Horror? Oh, okay. Just horror movies.
Horror movies.
Hey, listen, you said that so fast. I heard horror movies.
I don't have a problem with horror movies.
I never said I love horror movies. So
like, sure.
Didn't say that.
Hey, you know that's a difficult one. I'm trying to think of something that just...
Listen.
Yeah, either one of those you can swap out.
Oh man! All right. While you thinking, Jokes, we need to address this. BSP, BP, are you saying you love Batman Forever? That I need clarity on that. You love
J. Robert. He said I can't use Beast Wars. So
yeah, he knows. I knew that's what you was gonna say. That's why I'm saying you can't say. Listen, if you don't have anything, if you just genuinely like everything you love, other people love it. That's a wonderful thing, and I'm not mad at that. I just. You know what I mean? I just thought I'd ask.
Remember, this is a guy that doesn't hate anything either. Like, we hate stuff.
But see, yeah, like...
Yeah, he did say that too, yeah.
Because mostly, like, how maybe you've watched something or whatnot ever, you gain the hate. Like, if something doesn't catch my interest, like say, like, Gage, I know you normally will give, like, a show, like, 2 episodes, maybe a third one. If I don't like, I'm just going to leave it alone. So I feel like maybe I haven't given certain things the ample enough time.
Okay.
To potentially,
to hate it or love
to just hate it.
Yeah.
If it grabs me off the break, you know what? I will say some things will lose me at one point, and maybe I'll pick it up at some point in time. Like I'll say, like Sin, One Piece. Like I know it is your absolute favorite anime. I know I binged watched it to get caught up, but let me tell you how when I got to like episode like 400 and something, started to waver a little bit. It was kind of like I got a whole like 200 and some plus episodes more to go. Like I wavered, and I was gonna say like I hate this because there's so many episodes.
Yeah, but it took you 400 episodes. That doesn't count, dog. Like it's not like that.
I know
that's a lot of time, bro. Like that's a lot of time. A creative. Are you saying that Sin would say that cheese is a thing?
By all means, I am not dissing One Piece. Oh no, by all means, I am not dissing One Piece. I've already talked to Sin about this. At this point, I've actually gotten to the point where I will actually deem One Piece possibly the greatest anime of all time. This is a conversation that me and Sin are going to have at some point in time.
Sure.
After watching it, characters develop. Like, I don't want to go into because it'd be too much to do. But trust, by all means, I am not dissing One Piece at all. I have.
Ellis, do you love Friends or you like Friends? Who hates Friends? Do people hate Friends?
Deans, I see you said 400 episodes. They're about to have their 1,000th episode.
I'm binging right now to actually catch up. Like I'm on like episode 920 something. So I got another 80 episodes or something like that to catch up on before the 1,000th episode at the end of the month. So I'm doing that.
KB, I feel you. Naruto is hella annoying. When you say that, do you mean the show or do you mean the guy? Because that guy, hella annoying. Naruto himself, super annoying. Definitely annoying.
Love Naruto.
Yeah.
You got him on right now.
Hella said she hates Friends. Ella said, I understand why people love Friends. I dislike the show, but I get why people love it. I did that. Hate such a strong Heather. I don't know, man. Friends, that's man, that's my It's a lot of Friends getting watched around this house, man. Let me tell you something. There is a lot of Friends paraphernalia in this building. Face masks and shirts and little cafe signs. That's, like it's real in here. Lego sets, like it's real around here. Not just the apartment, but like the cafe, the apartment and the cafe. Full Lego sets, like it's serious on this end. Yeah, that's more than all the Star Trek. Yeah, One Piece been on for a long time. That has been on forever.
1999.
I was going to say One Piece has been airing since I was in elementary school. Yeah. Even the bad original dub that came out by Viz Media. Oh dear Lord.
We do not
I'm sorry,
speak
sir.
of that era. We do not
Doctor
speak
Who
of
said
that.
Naruto was only annoying the first few seasons, and after that it mellows, even more so in Shippuden. Kay said the show is
very true.
Again, I understand.
Kay, don't do that.
Nah, it's
don't
more.
Do that, Kay.
Naruto is kind of superior when it comes. It's dope when it comes to fight scenes, but no, it's a lot more the deeper you get into it.
I love Naruto, like the story. Like I love how they do the story, but I hate instead of trying to build up to something. Whenever we want to set a point, we do a flashback.
Can't get out, dog.
Yeah,
I know. They just do a flashback and then tell like a whole separate story in the flashback and then come back. Like to me, it ruins certain elements of it. Like just build it at some point and then just get to it.
Got it, Heather. NYC and no black folks. Isn't there like one black person in France somewhere throughout France? I think there's like one. I don't know. I think that's why Living Single existed, though. I'm not even
One
joking.
Piece. Like
I really believe that. Like
you can't even say skip the fillers in One Piece.
I don't skip the fillers in One Piece because it still keeps the charm and the originality of the show. But Bleach, yeah, you just delete those from mine. Those are some of the worst fillers in life.
One Piece will at least make reference to said filler episodes at some point, somewhere in the storyline. Bleach, you're in the middle of a fight. You're in the middle of a fight, and then the next episode's a beach scene. Like we at the beach.
Yeah,
he in trouble.
No more. You just made the alone. Out here. Kay said I have the patience to watch bad things. I don't, because I don't have that kind of time. So like if I'm interested in something that's bad, it has to be so bad that it's comedic or something. Like there has to be something else going on. Like I know it's bad going in. I've decided to watch it because of that. That's it. My man said Friends was started because of Living Single. Cool. We had a black joint. They made a white joint.
Cool.
Back when Fox cared about us, y'all. That's a real thing, man. You know what I'm saying? J. Robert Dean said he don't really like many of the 80s and 90s NBC comedies. I'm not super mad at that. You know what I mean? Like here's the thing. I didn't watch really any of those things when they were on TV. I caught them all as reruns. So that I was okay with that. So who was the token black in Friends? Saying that was a description of what wrestling is by guys in WWE. Facts. Big man slap meat. Yeah. Facts.
Okay.
So listen, let's change gears real quick. I'm gonna try to see if we can't have a little fun in here. Sin.
What happened?
Why is pizza your favorite food and you don't like cheese?
Because pizza's delicious.
Wait, but that's cheese. Lots and
lots. I only eat cheese if it's on a pizza.
And lots of cheese.
Or it's in a curl or a Cheez-It like a cracker. Other than that, I don't want no cheese on my burger. I will throw it back at you.
You said, or it's in a curl?
It's in a curl? Yeah. Or it's a Cheez-It. That's about the extent of being cheese.
Hold on. You eat cheese in curls, but you don't eat cheese in balls? You don't eat cheese balls?
It's a different shape, so yeah, they can work too.
Oh,
but I prefer the curls.
So if that's the case, is that going to be one of your tiers for extra life? You gonna eat some cheese, Sin? Just some regular cheese at one of your tiers,
hey,
man?
Dog, get this man a bunch of polio string cheese, dog, and make him eat that drink for extra life, dog. It's gonna be woo. It'd be like having him watch horror. I'm with it 100%. Oh man.
Okay, I'm good.
Oh boy. Okay, look. Let's change things up a bit. How about that? change things up just a little bit.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise.
Jokes, you didn't watch this yet, did you?
Nope, I did not.
Good.
I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer. Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please. Speak freely.
Yeah, buddy. Well, J. Robert Deans. We can talk about that.
First off, Mom's called him
Christine, and that's beautiful.
Hey,
that's what it's gonna be for the rest.
Yep.
Never gonna get away from it.
Okay, Christine.
We like it better that way.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right, Ellis. Tons of hot toys, man. J. Robert Dean says, why are they so desperate to make this character relevant?
I don't even think it's being desperate. Like,
he's one of the most popular characters. Even though he didn't have like a whole big show, whatever it is, it stuck with him all these years. That's my uncle's favorite character in all of Star Wars, period. Anything Fett, figures, everything he goes out and buy. He's so excited about this. There's a lot of people who love Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yeah. So two pieces. So exactly what he said. And then, of course, with the clones, Clone Wars, all the different things that they've tried to focus on the clones, it's like it's brought the character into light more and understanding, them having like their own individualities and all that type of stuff. I think there was more that they could start exploring with Boba Fett at that point. Now, the fact that, we all, the dude got eaten by a sandworm.
The Sarlacc, yeah.
So it was like, him just showing up. To me, when you think someone is dead and gone, and then like, in this case, decades down the road, you just say, oh, no, he ain't dead. Like,
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The thing about Boba Fett is probably one of the most incredible stories in all pop culture history, specifically because the legend of Boba Fett existed within the Star Wars universe within the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do anything. He still was like something about his name and his armor. He was like the coolest character. He just didn't have a lightsaber. Like that's just what it is. And then for him to have died the way he did and to have lived on in actual legend. So like to know that this is a legendary character that did what it did in the first three and was a legend already just in those. Like, this is how great of a bounty hunter it is that his name it persists. That's what people talked about. That's what people thought about. So bringing that character back to life, and when I say back to life, I mean back to the forefront, and actually showing the character off now, I think makes so much sense because, again, Jedis aren't cool anymore. They just aren't. And right now, Mandalorians are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we went from Westerns to ninjas. Now we're back on Westerns, but they space Westerns. So it's like, That's what it is. And the Jedi Knights of the original trilogy were King Arthur Knights. Now, those who wield the Jedi blades are samurai and ninjas and whatever, because they wield them with those techniques. And if you watch episode 4, when they go into the cantina and Obi-Wan cuts Slim's arm off when he gets in Luke's face, that is the worst. That is the worst action sequence in all Star Wars history. That joint, he waves that sword like this. It's the worst. That joint is terrible. It was like, yeah, we not training people back then. You know what I mean? Like, it's terrible. So, yeah, I mean, Star Wars, episode 4.
Yeah. A New Hope.
I mean, Star Wars.
Yeah.
The original.
Yes, I refer to it as episode 4 because it is the 4th episode.
What it is.
It says it right there in the title when it's scrolling up.
Yeah, Boba Fett helps keep subscribers. That's right, Ellis. It's real. Look, I really think, well, I mean, nah, Boba Fett is essential to Star Wars technically, because the clones, he's essential to Star Wars because of the clones. Period. But like, you don't have to have him, but you don't have to have Luke. And that's why we've moved on from the Skywalkers. Like, we don't need them anymore to show that this universe is much bigger than just that name. Like, it's just, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. And yeah, I think the Ahsoka joint, once this joint gets finished mopping things up,
dog, that
Ahsoka joint is gonna.
I'm so amped for the Ahsoka.
First of all, how dare you? Love you, BP. My copy doesn't say episode 4 doesn't have alternative title in the crawl. Well, unfortunately for you, sir, your original copy is mislabeled, because that doesn't change the fact that it is the 4th episode in all 9 episodes. Like, I don't know what to tell you, sir. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. I am happy though that you have an original one that doesn't say that in the crawl, because now it would. That's what it is.
What it is.
You know what I mean? Should we discuss the this Morbius trailer?
Sure.
You want to talk about Morbius? You said you haven't seen it?
No.
Okay. I guess we can give it a once over. I suppose.
I waited till the show, knowing that we were, going to have it. So.
Okay. I mean, listen, I'm let's pop to it, buddy. Let's go.
You need a doctor?
I am a doctor.
I should have died years ago.
People all over the world have my disease.
I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks.
If you're gonna run,
Do it now.
People are strange.
Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months.
When you're a stranger,
Yeah, they robbed
on a
it.
container ship that washed up off of Long Island.
faces look ugly. When you're alone,
Yoink!
What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
Oh no.
I wish I
Roman
knew.
peace.
Tell me, Fast and Furious is canon. Is canon? Don't
do that. Don't do that.
I have increased strength and speed and some form of bat radar. What else can I do?
There's something inside of me.
Yes, Tyrese.
It wants to hunt and consume blood.
Michael. When you're strange,
That's unhealthy.
faces come
Can you control it?
I don't know.
Half the city wants to kill you.
remembers your name.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
When you're strange,
The other half wants to control you.
Hey, Dr. Mike, you and I should stay in touch.
I'd do anything to save a life. But I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them. Are you here to heal the world? Or to destroy it? Who the hell are you, man?
I am Venom. Oh, there's Gage. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
Okay.
Sin,
Yeah.
was it necessary for them to throw that little Venom joint in at the end there?
No, that was
I
pretty
don't-
bad. That was pretty bad. But I mean, I'm gonna go see it. I want to see it. I'm interested.
Book says, I don't mind these characters being anti-villains, but let them be villains first, then make the change. My biggest problem with Venom, outside of it being a bad movie to begin with. BP said pass. Look, what I don't fault Sony for is having the license
Mm-hmm.
to all of these characters that are a part of the Spider-Man universe and trying to do something with them. And more than anything, utilizing what has been proven by the MCU as a good reason to take characters that people don't really care enough about to make a movie on and putting the money in to make a movie off of them, right? And using the fact that Marvel's name is on it, using the fact that people know Venom, and so we want you to understand that these are tied together,
They're tied together.
showing this movie with an image of Spider-Man from the original. Spider-Man trilogy on the wall where it says murderer. This is tied to the MCU, whether you like it or not. So come and see this joint,
Morbius
because
is
we have to make movies in order to keep the contract, and we ain't finna keep, give up the contract anytime soon. And we don't know what we're gonna do with Spider-Man just yet.
Mhm.
So we need to find a way to take these other characters, because mostly what they have access to are villains. That's most of what they have access to. So we're gonna do a Sinister Six movie. We're gonna do a Morbius movie.
Right.
We're gonna do a Venom movie. You know what I mean? And we're gonna introduce them as anti-heroes, anti-villains, sort of good guys. Maybe Kevin Feige says, all right, we'll allow this to be a thing so that Blade can be a thing or something, right?
Yeah.
At least it means there's really no way home for Spider-Man. You
Uh.
sir. Kay said, I'm super uninterested. I don't get how you can make a compelling Morbius story without Spider-Man in the same way you do a Venom.
With Venom one.
Like, listen, I'm not a big fan of the Venom. I didn't see the second one because I don't really care. And the first one wasn't terrible. It was only so-so. The reality of it is, though, that movie made a shitin of money.
Oh, yeah.
All across the globe. Like, the global dollars for Venom are incredible. And you don't have to know anything about comic books for Morbius to work. You just don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with Blade. If Blade had been sold as a comic book movie, nobody would have went to see it. It's just how it is. People who knew Blade was a comic book character weren't even completely positive that they were using the comic book character to do this movie, because They didn't market it that way at all.
Mhm.
But Blade is Marvel's first successful comic book movie, period.
Mhm.
It is. It is actually responsible for everything else we got. X-Men, all of that. All of that is on Blade. And you didn't need the cinematic universe. You didn't have to say X-Men existed. You didn't have to say mutants were a thing. You didn't have to talk about Spider-Man or Captain America. None of that needed to be a thing for Blade to work. So Morbius can work.
Oh, facts.
Without Spider-Man at all. But they're so much smarter to tie it into that universe.
Of course.
Because that's what's making money. It's just kind of what it is.
That's what everybody's asking for. Want to see all that stuff tied into the MCU.
Who said Venom was compelling? Who said Venom was compelling? I missed that if somebody said that.
I didn't use that word.
Yeah, the Sony MCU. Ellis said, calling it. Last time we see Spider-Man MCU is in Multiverse of Madness. I'm gonna tell you right now, high chance you're super wrong on that. It might be the last time we see Peter Parker Spider-Man, but I highly doubt it's the very last time we see Spider-Man at all in the MCU. Because if they're smart and they make this movie a Spider-Verse movie, that means not only can they have any other number of people play Spider-Man, they can play Peter Parker. It just won't be. If they can make Tobey Maguire canon in the MCU, which they can make anybody a Peter Parker from any universe and pull them in. And technically, if Sony does it, even if it's not like an Avengers movie, it's still technically MCU. So if they do anything, if they do a Spider-Gwen, they do a Miles Morales, if they're like any of them joints, if they do a 2099, it doesn't matter what they do. Their ability to spin Spider-Man off into a multitude of characters in exactly the same way the comics have now is the perfect chance to do it. It's better than anything they've ever had with X-Men or anything. The way we keep talking about, like, oh, they could bring X-Men in now. They can do whatever they want now.
Just imagine they could take Secret Wars and make different variations of Secret Wars, just like we've seen, and like literally, Spider-Man has his own jump that he can do. So it's like you can have all these variations of Spider-Man on screen once again at the same time, and they would be crazy enough to not try to do that at least once more.
Yeah. Listen, I thought Blade was just a version of Shaft that wanted to kill vampires. That sold me, and that's really what they sold it as.
I mean, hey,
it was basically Shaft killing vampires. It was Shaft the vampire, dog. That's really what that joint was. Which, in a large extent, isn't different from what Blade actually was in the comic books.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, technically Power Man is Shaft in the comic books, but Blade was the vampire version of him. You know what I'm saying? And they've been trying to do black vampires like Vampire in Brooklyn. Snoop Dogg was a vampire, dog.
Like, I was about to say.
Bones is a thing. I've been called Bones so many times, y'all. It's stupid. Books that I feel you. Like No Country for Old Men was a great graphic novel, no doubt. And nobody knew. That's right. There's a lot of stuff like that that's happening now, right? The Walking Dead. Most people who are enjoying and watching The Walking Dead have no idea that was based on a comic book. They have no idea. Right? It's just something that exists that they can turn into something that is multifaceted, multi-channel, as they call it, right? Hitting the media in different places. Yes, it started as a book. Let's do a movie. Let's do a play. Let's do a musical. Let's make a TV show. Let's do a cartoon. Let's sell toys. Let's do book bags. Let's have folders. Put it on stuff and sell it to the people. Like, that's how it works. And if you're Robert Kirkman, you just go, you know what I'm going to do? Invincible. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying?
Invincible's turn.
You know what comes back around? Marvel Zombies, because of Loki. All of a sudden, you know who did Marvel Zombies? Robert Kirkman. It's just that's how it works. And like, people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. Sony's not going to take their winning and run because everything they're doing now is based on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They
Spider-Verse. They're going to build it. They're
going to do to continue to tie what they own in Spider-Man to what is happening in the MCU, they will do, right? Until Disney, Marvel, and Feige say we're going to do everything in our power to keep Sony from continuing to be able to make money off of this license so that we can get the license back. And that probably won't happen for at least another 10 years. At least another 10 years. Because they're going to move on with phase 4 and phase 5.
Yep.
And unless Sony has something so magical, which I doubt, that Feige's like, we got to do it.
You got to do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring them back.
But right now, Feige is enjoying a certain amount of creative control over what Sony's doing, and that's working for Sony. And Sony's not making money anywhere else but PlayStation. So they're going to hold on to that Spider-Man thing as long as they can. And that includes being able to use Spider-Man to sell PlayStations.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're going to milk it until there's no milk left in the cow. Trust me. That dude ain't going nowhere.
I already see that Spider-Man 2 PS4, PS5 edition they're going to try to roll out when it comes.
When they release that PS4 Pro,
and it's going to be a Venom joint. Black jump with the white spider on it. Woo.
No, but for PS5, all they got to do is sell the plates. All they got to do is sell damn plates. That's it. If you make a plate for every Spider-Man character that you have out there, Gage don't have a PlayStation 5, and he gonna
have a plates.
I'll have plates, bro. I'll have plates. I'm not even gonna lie. No PlayStation 5, though. I'll have plates, bro. Like it's not even a joke. You know what I mean? Look, when they released that PS4 Pro, the PS5 Pro. Yeah, when they released that PS5 Pro, and they put a Spider-Man joint on it,
or whatever it is at that point in time, it probably will be
all in. All right, look. We need to talk about Extra Life because Extra Life is happening this weekend.
Yes, it is.
So here's what that means. Every year, the team gets together, and for 24 hours straight, technically 25, we'll explain that in a second. We play video games and collect money for charity for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. This year will be no different. So this Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. and ending at 8 a.m., Saturday through Sunday, we will be playing video games to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals via Extra Life. Now, when will y'all be playing Aliens? We will be playing Aliens, and I'm going to tell you when we'll be playing it, because here's the schedule. So, we're going to start off light, little Crackdown 3 from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., Then we're playing Watch Dogs Legion from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're playing Tetris Effects Connected from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. because that's a little bit of light gaming, some co-op. We can get some lunch, something to eat around that time. From 2 to 4, we're playing Forza Horizon 5. Now, I know Forza Horizon 5 technically doesn't come out until Tuesday the 9th. However, if you have the premium version or if you are a Game Pass member and you buy the DLC, you can get in early on Friday the 5th. So you can play on Friday the 5th, which is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Or you can wait until it comes out on Tuesday the 9th, which is my birthday. Happy birthday, me.
Hey, happy birthday.
We won't play it on the 6th. So 2 to 4, we'll be playing Forza Horizon 5. From 4 to 6, we'll be playing Back for Blood. From 6 to 8, we will be playing Fire Team Elite Aliens. From 8 to 10, that's the cooldown period, we'll be playing the Complex. The Complex is a video game that is like a full motion video. So like you're watching a movie, but you're making the decisions about what happens. And we are going to allow those who are watching to make the decisions about what happens, where we go, how we answer, what's going on next. So the Complex from 8 to 10. From 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., we'll be playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the new Operation Motherland, which dropped today. We're playing that. From 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., we're playing Grand Theft Auto. And from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., we're playing Halo Reach. Now, let's discuss this. Grand Theft Auto, I know it looks like it's only for 2 hours, but technically we're going to be playing Grand Theft Auto for 3 hours, and here's why. Because it's daylight savings, and so at 2 o'clock, the clock's going to run
back
to
1 o'clock.
And then back to
do it all
o'clock,
over again.
And that's why it's 25 hours instead of 24. So, from 12 to 2, 3 hours, we'll be playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And then from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., we'll be playing Halo Reach 2 hours. From 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., we're playing Sniper Elite 4. And then from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., we'll be playing Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and probably just kind of doing whatever it takes to try to stay awake, because that's
pretty much
where we will be at that time. So that is the schedule. That is what we're doing. We will definitely have some fun and some shenanigans. No, we didn't talk about Grand Theft Auto coming to Oculus 2. I did download Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for Xbox today, because it's already available to download on Game Pass. And that comes out next week, comes out on the 11th. So I'm ready for that. But no, I didn't talk about it coming to Oculus. And I also didn't talk about the fact that Oculus finally decided that you don't have to log into Facebook to play anymore, which is a big deal. That's a really big deal. But that's news for next week. We'll get there. No, Popeyes is on the menu for New Year's.
New Year's.
That's our
Popeyes
New Year's
and pajamas.
Stream. We do Popeyes. That's Popeyes and pajamas. That's for New Year's. I don't know what. I mean, there might be some Pocky One Chip challenges, right? Jokes.
I don't know. I am going to do them ghost pepper. I'm gonna get them ghost pepper nuggets from Burger King. I'm probably gonna get like
nuggets.
Probably get like 20 or 30 since they're like $1.50 and just have
Burger King nuggets are nasty.
Well, I'm only getting because they're ghost pepper. So the hope,
I feel you.
The hope is that these things are hot.
Oh no, you are not Doctor Who. I
yes,
will vomit that ish all over the place.
I'll just make a donation. Going out to watch the fight. Just let me know how to donate. Hey, listen. My Facebook page has a donation. I will shoot you a link though. I'll send you a link, but reach out to me. I know you don't generally social media the same way, so I'll reach out to you via YouTube if I have to. But
I'm gonna try this during Extra Life. This bacon vodka that I got. I have no clue how it's gonna taste. Probably disgusting.
I gotta find some other crazy snack. I got us those gingerbread Mountain Dews that we can drink during the jump too.
I'm down, super down for that. We will have a swear jar.
What is it?
So $1 a swear.
I got $6 in here right now. I need a little bit more.
Yeah, you're starting early, and you probably should.
Yeah, I already know some of these games are gonna cause that to fill up pretty quickly.
Hey, listen, Rob said if you want something hot, he'll donate something. I'm down, Rob. We can talk about it tomorrow. I'll see you. Beard shaving or a cheese plate, huh?
I shaved my beard last year.
I already shaved mine, and I am not doing that. That is
I mean, I did that. I did it the year before. I'm not. That's not on the card.
I can't do that again. I'll try some stuff like the Pocky One Chip right now is off. After almost 2 years ago, I almost died off of that one. I don't know what happened. I almost died.
We should go shopping for weird snacks. We don't have a whole lot of time, J. Robert Deans. You don't live close either. We want to go shopping. Maybe send me a list or something. I'm down though.
I gotta finish putting together some.
What I know is we're gonna have a grand old time this weekend, doing the best we can to try to stay awake and entertain ourselves. By all means, feel free to tune in. We'll be live on Twitch for all of it. I guess we'll stream to YouTube too. We have to do things a little bit differently than we do here when we do this, but we'll make sure that everybody can do it. If you check our Facebook pages, you can see that there are links now where you can donate to the team as a whole, or you can donate to us individually. We are not all playing for the same hospitals, though we are all playing for the same cause. I didn't try to Ghost Pepper Nuggets. We haven't done it yet. We're going to wait for Saturday.
I'm just going to buy a bunch of them and have them, and hopefully they're super hot, because then I'll just, throughout the whole entire thing, I'll just, somebody do a donation, I'll eat a nugget.
I might go grab a little 10-piece and try them.
You know what? I may even find some extra hot sauce.
They're only like 50 cents.
I'll find some extra hot sauce on it. I'll do the hot sauce. Like the one, I ain't doing the one chip, but I'll do some hot sauce. I'll find some.
You should get that hot sauce that B got probably in the freezer still, in the fridge still. That joint, that black,
you don't want that.
Black glass.
You don't want that.
That joint wasn't as bad as the one chip.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you overdo that joint, you ain't gonna be able to talk. Nah, that joint's gonna burn a hole in the top of your mouth.
Find something else. I'm willing to do some disgusting and some hot stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like if he's at the point where he's like, I'm not doing the Pocky challenge, he not eating that hot sauce.
But it did. To me, if that's the one we tried out, like I feel like that joint wasn't as hot as the one chip.
All right, you got it then. I'll drop it off. You around the corner. I got you. That's a done deal.
You know what?
You put that on them Ghost Pepper.
That will need to be a late night thing, because if I eat that, that's probably that will wake the hell out of me. So
if we need more, we can shoot down. They got it right at the harbor.
Oh yeah, right at the harbor.
We gonna get a fresh bottle.
Oh yeah, we gonna get it from the harbor.
Yeah,
shut up. You won't even eat cheese, so you shut up.
He gonna eat cheese on Saturday.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
You gonna eat that cheese, Mr. Phasmophobia.
Hey, listen, it's gonna be a good time. My daughter Zane is playing.
bladder
Mosey,
snatch.
she'll be playing The Sims. She'll be streaming on her own Twitch channel. We'll make sure you have all the links for that.
Jay Robert, if you can get them, I will make that like my $200 goal. When I hit $200, I will eat some fish bladder.
Fish
Hey,
bladder
Joe.
snack?
Mhm.
Oh, that's all you, buddy.
Hey, Joe, at what tier are you gonna rap the raps verse? The rocks verse, I mean.
I
You gonna
gotta
spit that
learn
joint for us?
25.
No,
but she
I
is
gotta
playing.
learn. I gotta learn that joint. I gotta learn that joint for real. I'll do that joint. That'd be like I say like a solid 300 or something like that. I'll
You
read
gonna
the
do
lyrics
what?
off.
He gonna spit the rocks verse on his rap song.
Hey, I'll do it for solid $300 or something like that. I'll get the lyrics. I'll read the lyrics off the screen if I have to.
That's the only way I'll even listen to them lyrics is if you do it for money, for the children.
For the children.
That's it. Okay, a couple other things we need to do. Wrap up housekeeping and then wrap the show up. So the team is going to Anime NYC. That's November 19th. I also have StellarCon, which is happening on the 20th of November. So look for some information about that. You may have seen posts if you're already following. You might be aware that we are going to be at Ocean City Comic-Con doing another Being Comfortable Being a Geek. Panel will also be out there doing what we normally do, shooting interviews and talking to people and all that good stuff. Ocean City Comic-Con is always a really, really good time.
Mm-hmm.
So if, right in the heart of December, when there's really nobody in Ocean City, you're looking to get yourself an ocean front room at a really great price, that is the time to do it. And you'll have something cool to do at least that Saturday. So even if you come down for the day, it's only from like 10 to 6 during the day. Grab tickets, shoot down, shoot back, or stay, for the night and hang out. Be a good time. Also, during that particular panel, we will be joined by Ghosty Muffin Cosplay, who's a really, really good friend of ours. We hang out at all the different cons that we go to, and we're super excited for her to not only have a table there at the convention, but to be joining us for our Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel at Ocean City Comic-Con this year. So shout out to Ghosty for hanging out with the crew in like 2 months. And that's it.
Yeah.
And then we go to KatsuCon after MagFest and then AwesomeCon and then it just the ball keeps rolling. So having said that, Jokes, you have a job to do.
Yes, sir.
See if it lets you. Are you logged in?
Oh yeah. Let me do it today.
My man. So hey Jokes, I don't know if you noticed that the chat is coming up from the bottom instead of from the top. Did you notice that?
They done some change.
Sometimes they change things.
They give us these updates, and you know what? We're gonna roll with them.
Look, y'all know the deal. You know what to do. Jump on that link tree, and if you're not following us in one place, or if you're only following us in one place, follow us in all the rest. We greatly appreciate it. It really, really does help us out a lot. When you all hit the like button on something that you see us do, if you share it to other people, just the way that algorithms work, when you like, when you share, when you comment, those things help the algorithm aggregate it out to other people. And that's really a big deal. Looking forward to seeing you too, Nick. Definitely come and join us for the panel for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Make sure you follow us across the board. That really helps. Movie is growing super, super fast. Look for, it'll probably go live tonight, but look for a poll throughout tomorrow for us to decide the movie for this month. It won't be Eternals, but look for us to, once we get through this 24 hours or something like that, we'll figure out when we're going to talk about Eternals and get a Spoiler Boys out for that. Obviously, we'll be doing a Spoiler Boys for Hawkeye because that's going to start like Thanksgiving. So that's coming up. And then obviously we'll do Boba Fett when that comes out next month. Also, if you're not already a member of the movie club, feel free to jump in and check us out. It's private, but again, we do a movie every month, and then we talk about that movie at the end of the month. We have a really great in-depth discussion about that movie. I'm getting ready to post what the options for the movie are for this month as a poll, so jump in by all means. There is also anime chat, and there is also wrestling chat. if you're interested in either one of those things, if you have even just a passing interest, you want to learn more about it, they're great places to go and see what's going on within those worlds. So by all means, join those chats too, so that you can kind of just learn what's happening in worlds other than the ones you're already paying attention to. Sin is doing a really good job of running the anime chat. Jokes is doing a great job of running the wrestling chat. We want to help those communities grow, eventually bring them all together. And again, make sure you're following each other. As you can see, there are people who are on YouTube, people who are on Facebook, people who are on Twitch. Most of the folks that you see that are in here have businesses of their own, or are artists or authors or something along those lines. So please go in and follow each other, support each other. Again, we are building a community here. And speaking of having and building a community, Sin, you have a job to do.
Yeah, so let me give a shout out to our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dorch, happy birthday, and Tyrone Carson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Indeed, we do. J. Robert Deans, you're welcome. Interviewing Kidlet was one of the highlights of my Baltimore Comic-Con weekend. That is for sure. Kidlet is an absolute joy. Yes. So yes, that was great. Thank you for making sure she was there with the table. And we want to see that again. Most definitely. Rob, G1 Transformers a movie. Hey, listen. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but you're gonna have to get in the movie club, and then we're gonna have to post some things and do some voting and stuff like that. Because I watch that joint over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? You said the Matrix would light our darkest hour. Open. Damn it, my man Ultra Magnus bit the dust, blew my man to pieces, dog. Right before our very eyes, boy. You know what I'm saying? Robot murder out there. Real talk. Shang-Chi, huh? I like Shang-Chi. Okay.
Shang-Chi was fine.
You're going to see some changes coming to Patreon sooner than later. We're working on some new stuff. That's not going to happen until the very beginning of next year, but we are working on some new stuff. And should I do shirts? Should we do shirts for Extra Life?
Oh.
We can do shirts for Extra Life, and if people buy them, we can take the proceeds and donate them to Extra Life. I'm down.
Yeah, I say why not? I mean,
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm working on ugly Christmas shirts for Loading Snacks. It's coming. I want you to know that it's coming. I'm working on it. So look for that. But yeah, I think I can cook something up in a day or two so that we'll have them to go live and people be able to go in and buy shirts. And that'd be a great way to support it. We could do that. I think we should do it. So I think it's going to happen.
You don't got to worry about that.
You don't got to worry about that, Rob.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about that.
Hey, listen. You already know, Rob. You seen, you one of the people who came to me and said, thank you for having shirts for big guys, man. We love y'all. That's for sure. Shake me the ugly Christmas sweater. Indeed. We should talk about that. Because I would love a ugly Lil Jokes.
I was going to say Lil Jokes sweater.
Hey, the Gage and Sin shirts need to come too, man.
I said that wrong. Not an ugly Lil Jokes, because that's
what? No, I get what you're saying.
Christmas sweater. That's
I
what
get
I
what you're saying. You good. Still need Jaws too.
Him sitting there opening the present with his little Beast Wars.
Hey, I'm fine with it being. Hey, let me get my Optimal Optimus opening my Christmas
put a
gift.
Tree behind the dude, man. Put a present in with him, man, and just sprinkle some snowflakes around the guy, man. I'm down. Yeah, we may have to do that, man. We may have to do that. Yeah, I'm down. Little Loading Snack stuff. I'm down. Between us and me and us and you and probably Playful Gorilla, man, we might be able to get some toys made. And I'm down. I don't even like, you know what, for real? I'd be happy with a Christmas ornament. I hang a little jokes on the Christmas tree. I hang a little jokes on the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? Right in front of a ugly Beast Wars toy. Anyway, listen.
Too good.
We can ready to get out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. We're looking super forward to this weekend. So again, at any time, if you can stop in between 8 and 8 and hang out with us, you know, look, even if you're unable to or you can't donate, just having people in there will help us to be able to
help
talk
us.
and whatever to get through it, because it's gonna be
some delusional time.
So yes,
the
especially when we get
delirium
them later
will
hours.
set in.
Help keep us awake.
Woo! The delirium will set in. So we appreciate you all hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us every time you do. We greatly appreciate it. We are out. Toodles and lose.